why did the Romans crucify Jesus? And this is an AI overview. The Romans crucified Jesus primarily because he was perceived as a political threat, charged with treason for claiming to be king of the Jews, and potentially inciting a rebellion against Roman rule. The Roman authorities, led by Governor Pilate, viewed his actions, particularly his disruptive entry into Jerusalem during the politically charged Passover festival, as a challenge to their authority and a destabilizing force in the region. Crucifixion was a severe Roman method of execution for criminals, especially those considered enemies of the state. Political charge of treason. Threats of Roman authority. Jesus was seen as a potential leader of a rebellion against the Herodian dynasty, which ruled on behalf of Rome and the Roman Empire itself. King of the Jews, the charge of calling himself King of the Jews, was interpreted by the Romans as a direct political claim to usurp Roman authority, an act of treason. Zero tolerance policy. Roman authorities had a strict policy against any challenges to their rule and would eliminate anyone seen as a threat to the existing political order. Public example. Crucifixion was a public and harsh form of punishment, often used to make an example of enemies of the state and deter others from similar acts of defiance. The role of Jewish leaders. While some Jewish leaders collaborated with the Roman authorities in the matter, the decision to crucify Jesus was ultimately a Roman one. Their motivations were complex, possibly including a concern that Jesus' actions could lead to a violent Roman crackdown on the entire Jewish population. Crucifixion as a Roman punishment was a common method of capital punishment for condemned criminals and enemies of the state within the Roman Empire. It was distinctly Roman practice used by the Romans from roughly the 6th century to the 4th century CE. So just exactly what I said. It was a political decision by the Romans for claiming to be the Messiah, which was meaning you're claiming to be King of the Jews, which was a charge against him, which was the sign above his cross.